Akademi Penerbang Indonesia Banyuwangi dan juga di STDI ya, Sekolah Tinggi Dirosah Islamiyah Imam Syafi'i di Jember. Bukunya ya internasional ya, sudah beberapa sudah terbit dan 3 luar biasa, dan juga banyak artikel Scopusnya juga ya dari Mr. Hastowohadi. Nanti bisa dicari ya, dibaca ya. Okay, let's welcome our last keynote speaker in this session ya, before coffee break, Mr. Hastowohadi. The floor is yours.
Good luck.
Ya, laptop bikin di sini.
Enggak.
Belum dikirim ke situ.
Belum.
Ya, ngobrol-ngobrol dulu.
Testing. Ya, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing good. Okay, nice to meet you. Well, I'm so very surprised that I've been invited by the Third International Conference, iRecall, yeah, with the theme, interesting theme, applied linguistics in a time of crisis. Well, considering to this theme, and I'm bringing you this article. This is my first article about TPACK, yeah, technological, pedagogical content knowledge. So I was inspired by writing a certain articles that is published by the Scopus and my friend's journal. So that's why I want to incorporate it, yeah, to my aviation English material. Before that, I'd like to introduce myself. Okay, my name is Hastowohadi. That's my complete name, my Javanese name. So you can call me Hasto. Yeah, I'm from East Java, Banyuwangi, and I'm teaching at Akademi Penerbang Indonesia Banyuwangi, and also I'm an English lecturer at STD Imam Syafi'i Jember, and also I'm writing some international books and also articles, yeah, a few articles, and this is my title. That's why I consider this title, because at the earlier I brought you a brief history why I come up with this title with the TPACK. Why I incorporated, why I infused TPACK, because I like to apply or implement technological base into my classroom activities. Yeah, with the exploring cadence learning in aviation English through narrative inquiry, integrating TPACK in discourse analysis. Go ahead. Yep. Okay, I'd like to tell you about a brief history. Yeah. For me, TPACK is a new way of teaching and also learning. TPACK is a new way of teaching of learning in my way, in my own way. Previously, I considered the task-based as my first approach, yeah, to integrate into my English learning task or classroom activities. And then I was trying and imagine that someday I'd like to implement the technology into my classroom activity. How come the technology could influence my cadets' learning activities, okay, my learning activities and teaching learning activities into my students' based technological considerations. So that's why I infused the technology base, into my classroom activities. Before that, in the early semester, I provided them with need analysis. So I asked them several questions. Okay, how if we apply technology into our classroom? And they said, okay, very interesting. So how come we promote the technology into our learning activities? And they said, okay, sir, how if we use this technology into our learning activities? Okay, so I accepted their opinions. Okay, for examples, they propose, for example, like Canva and also CapCut. Am I right? CapCut. Yeah. CapCut ya. CapCut. Kalau kita biasanya bilangnya CapCut. And then what else? Yeah. And some video editing here. Okay, and how if you apply this and you would like to find some maybe challenges in integrating this technology into our learning activity, and they say, okay, we have some maybe obstacles like the Wi-Fi, internet connectivity, and also how do we integrate this technology into our selective based learning material. Okay, then I will help them. I guided them how to deal with it. Okay, so that's why I created a formula, a scaffolding, teaching, and also learning activities. Okay, so I created the scaffolding, teaching, learning activities. I provided them in the selective based items, how they deal with technology in the beginning, okay, in the middle of the semester, and also in the end of the semester, okay, how they deal with those instructions. What I could say, activity. So task meaning for me as a teacher, educator, task is an activity. It's an activity what? It's an activity in cognitive and also in pedagogical way. Yeah, that's important. And that's why, based on that's my brief history, I created this a new paper. And here it is. I call it as TPACK ecosystem. So I asked my cadets, okay, to submit their tasks into my Facebook account. Okay, Facebook as TPACK ecosystem. Later on, we'd like to play maybe a video of my cadets activity, how they get involved, okay, in that integrated teaching learning activity, what I call that as a TPACK activity. Okay, silakan dilanjut. Okay, this is about the research overview of my paper. The research overview of my paper is regarding how to deliver effective communications. Okay, how do gain communicative ways? How they gain a knowledge in the proper way? In this case, specifically, is in terms of English as specific purpose. Okay, English as specific purpose. How they know about the phraseology, how they know about some methods, how to interact in dialogue, in monologue, or in a broader way, such as discussions. Okay, in a broader discussions, how they get involved actively in that way. In this research overview, and also hearing in 2016 and also 2021 say that integrating technology into the teaching of aviation English, despite its potential, faces significant challenges, and also that TPACK framework that developed by the MISRA by Misra and Kohler in 2006, provides a model for integrating technology, pedagogy, and content, but its implementation in aviation issues. Okay. That's the important or pivotal thing that the Kohler and also Misra pinpointed. This is why technology is important, but we cannot avoid the pedagogical content. Technology important, but how to stir up, how to integrate. Technology, we cannot actively use technology without pedagogical way. Okay, silakan dilanjut. And my research of purpose is, in this term, I'd like to gain my cadets' experiences. I like to live with them actively as a perspective of insider perspective. Why? Because I join there, I teach there, I am as a collaborator. Okay, not only as a collaborator, but also I'm their guide. Okay, how to direct them to promote technology, pedagogical content knowledge into the learning activities or learning tasks. Yeah. And I narrated the participant story into the narrative inquiry. So in narrative inquiry, as you know, is almost similar to the story, but it's more complex. How we build up the past historical framework, present historical framework, and the future historical framework. Go ahead. Okay, the research issue, the research issue is technology cannot be alive, okay, without ours, without our thoughts, cognitive ways. So that's why we need to engage, we need to promote, we need to consider our participants, my cadets, my students, into our learning activities. So Aviation English is not only a book. So it's not only a book like this. Okay, you can read this book and you can fill out some questions, columns, and etc. And I left them. No. I need to guide them how to deal with this book. So I created textbooks material with my own way. So I created the scaffolding teaching learning process. How do they gain knowledge to follow my first instructions, second activity, and how do they develop and also evaluate themselves? That's very important. And next, this is the link of my cadets products. Mungkin bisa bantu saya untuk Mas Nanda. Karena ini di Facebook. Facebook tadi minta bantuan Pak Presiden. Ini memang sulit kalau tertutup. Ini, mohon maaf, lemot. Ini laptop saya, semoga bisa berfungsi ya. Aviation English Cadets product. Lemot. Okay. That's okay. Okay, guys, I'd like to guide you how to interpret this video, yeah? Because this sounds it's not quite clearly here. I'd like to guide you how to understand this video, okay? This actually there is this voice, yeah, here sounded by my cadets. Yeah, in these terms, specifically, they master how to understand some components, okay, some components in the aircraft, especially in cabin. Okay, so I instructed them to use digital storytelling. Yeah, storytelling. The storytelling comprises some or several components points, such as how do they use the tone, how do they use the story slow and fast, okay? How do they get in touch, okay, with the audience focus. Those are some factors of digital storytelling that are integrated in this TPACK activity. So they explain some components here. Okay, such we are in the like a virtual activity. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Mute, ladies and gentlemen. Ya, oke, langsung. Yep. Okay, as I said earlier, I use the narrative sebelum ini ya, ini, okay. Sebelumnya lagi, okay, good. I said earlier that I use narrative inquiry. Narrative inquiry is a term like a similar short story that it focuses in these three integrated ways or moments, yeah, to the past, present, and future, and I'll use thematic analysis, okay, to interpret what do they deal with such lively experiences. These are the participants' voices, okay, like my cadets. So I created and I come up with the thematic analysis such as initial challenges and adjustment, practical application and growth, overcoming barriers and building confidence, and also achieving proficiency and looking ahead. Okay, so they told us the lively story, how they adjust, how they apply, how they overcome barriers or challenges, building confidence and so on, and how do they look ahead, how do they improve. Yeah, they improve the past learning historical moment. Okay, lanjut lagi. And another participants, yeah. Wait. You are okay. Hold. Okay, here it is. Okay, I got such a technological framework in this cadet's voice. For example, the courseworks including learning the names of aircraft structures, parts in aviation English, communications between airport personnel, comparative for editing videos, PowerPoint, animation, as well as summarizing a film. That's a brief participants' voices that they like to actually promote, okay, in their narrative inquiry learning experiences. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, and in this study, in this paper, I use the CDA, the critical discourse analysis, to interpret a phenomenon that happened in my 8 participants' lively experiences. So I recruited 8 participants in my narrative inquiry framework. Okay. That 8 participants, I just only maybe show you a few minutes ago with 2 participants' voices. Yeah. How I recruited the participants is through how they concretely or give me such a social learning experiences through the narrative inquiry concretely. So I need a concrete data material. I need a concrete, robust material. 8 participants were engaged and understood how do they come up with the story. So I took 8 participants' story into my research data. And in terms of CDA, John Regan and also Peter, 2007, and also Fairclough and Wodak, yeah, in 1997. That the critical discourse analysis calls itself a critical because it's perspective, discourse, and society. Yeah. And also the dimension of CDA has some potential factor, not only to influence the constructions of discourse, but are also affected by it. So the power ideology has interconnection to one another. Yeah, they got influenced by social interactions. They got influenced by my classroom activity, how they empower themselves with the monologue, how they empower themselves with the dialogue, and also in lively group discussion, in very warm discussion. Yeah. So dialectical relationship between particular discursive event, situations, institution, social structure, which frame it, which bundle it, yeah, all together. Go ahead. Okay, we come to the end of the session. So I like to conclude my paper's historical framework. TPACK is very important to promote my cadets' experiences, how they get knowledge, how they follow my instruction, or I call it as a task or learning activities or scaffolding teaching and learning process, and also is urgently required to apply need analysis before we implement the TPACK. Need analysis is important for us as a teacher educator. So that's why we understood how to apply Aviation English in a semester. Thank you so much. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.